spark with flame cannon is literally the most OP build, and all these builds are played on temple map. So I don't really have anything to add. I mean, you see the skill tree, you see the runes, and when you play it, like, just at some point pick up a sniper rifle tree somewhere in the middle game, like when you reach past like 13 minutes or 12 minutes, then just pick up sniper tree as it comes along. Just so that the flame cannon is piercing a little and traveling, the projectiles are traveling further, but it's not like super necessary. I think you will survive no matter what the combination. Just focus on the elemental damage first, so you won't get anything from bullet damage, because we invest in projectiles. Like we start out with the double shot. I guess that one you should look out for early on. As soon as it comes up, like pick the very first few, like 5 or 6 or whatever, before the second boss. Like everything in this game is centered around the second boss. So if you can't defeat him, like he spawns at 15 minutes, right? And then at 14 minutes all the other enemies start to spawn and swarm you. And if you can't deal with either if the boss is not dead, or you can't outrun him, or then the run is done, basically. I mean, never give up, never surrender, but it's pretty much not gonna get any easier if you're struggling with that part of the game. And the second build on display, everything is on temple map and darkness 15. So you see the runes again, and I'm using the, what do you call them, dual SMGs or something. And again, there's not much I can comment on, except for, and all these builds I did on the cadence rune. Because I think something doesn't feel right about the ethereal rune. Like this game has all these reload mechanics and whatever, right? And you gain this on that or on reload and whatever. But then the ethereal rune just ruins everything. It completely changes it. Like maybe like you have all these different weapon selections. But why do you need a rune to, turn your crossbow into whatever, into an infinitely shooting something, right? You could just make it an upgrade tree instead of a rune. So that's why, but that's just a side, right? But basically, if you try to play without, on Abbey and dual SMGs, I recorded a short clip, like, starting out is super hard without the cadence rune, because the dual SMGs don't do any damage, they don't pierce, and it's super hard to kill anything and gain experience. And the only way you can progress is getting experience, and the only way to get experience is you need stuff to die fast. And if you try to play with flame cannon, I don't know what it is about it, but something about, like, it has so much damage early on. I mean, without upgrades, it's like ridiculous. I mean, you can understand, maybe shotgun is as well a little bit overpowered, but I don't know. You have grenade launcher, so But yeah, as far as the upgrades, I focused mainly on elemental again, and the projectiles are just there to deliver the knockback or the, you know, like the freeze and stuff. But I don't rely on Splinter. I dabbled into, or no, not this run. But basically, yeah, I don't focus on the projectile damage as well so much as the elemental side, and just, you know, continuously shooting and, well, yeah. And then third one is I took like 4 runs to finally complete it. I had to get into the, because the batgun, spark with batgun, it doesn't deal a lot of damage early on, you know, and it has a wide coverage. It doesn't have that single target punch. So I had to finally invest into movement speed. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, no, this is the final 3. So, but as you can see, I only picked up 1 movement speed as far as I can see. Or rather, yeah, I mean, just before the second boss died, I got the Splinter finally. But mostly I killed him by running away and just staying at the range and firing, you know, like sparingly. But it was a very late kill, and yeah. I invested into the dragon, and for whatever reason, but yeah, like see these 2 investments. While you have divine shield, you have increased movement speed and just the movement speed 3. Those 2 upgrades, I only, you know, like, I think you really need to, don't rush it, but before second boss you really should pick up freeze, you know, like the first one, so that the enemies, or at least the boss, freezes in his as he charges at you. And with the cadence rune you have infinite piercing, so hopefully, you know, you will be able to stop the boss charge. But if you invest in movement speed, second boss shouldn't be too big of a problem. But the main thing is, if you don't pick up Splinter, well, it's kind of dicey before that. Let's just say that. You need to run around and dodge around, and it's like you can get in very little damage in. But well, I mean, depending on the tomes you get, I invest mainly into a focus on summons, of course, right? So the dagger 3 has the 40% damage, and the ghost attack speed, you know, like summon attack speed is very cool. But the main crux of it, well, it has like synergies, right? But the Electro Mage 3, you know, like has that energize, and it's really powerful with the batgun, because it fires slowly. It fires a lot of projectiles, and they're very deadly. But energize, you know, like you basically never run out of the clip. You just can't fire the batgun fast enough. I mean, there's no real point even investing into it. I mean, I didn't get too much levels into the character as well, so you see I only reached level 34. But you know, like, it's very satisfying to see the bats fly around, you know, like a clip from Riddick movie, Pitch Black, where the aliens just start swarming, and I get that feeling, you know, like you just unleash this swarm of hungry bats that just eat you before you hit the floor. And finally, of course, the shotgun is back in form. Like, I mean, I tried to disable some of the runes, and it's still the shotgun playstyle is really powerful. It's powerful like at the beginning where you really need to get going, you know, and then you can just set yourself up, and it's beautiful. And we're of course as always rushing the mini clip. I got it really, I would say, late game, you know, and I hit the, well, you know, like getting the halo as the first drop from the chest is really unlucky because it's the least powerful one. You would ideally get the experience, 40 experience boost, the first one, or the triple effect, and then you get the Shana's halo, you know, or rather, well, you get the Shana's halo and then you keep it, you know, you don't take it, and it just messes with your upgrade selection. But when you finally reach the 3 upgrades, then you pick up the Shana's halo. It will instantly give you the halo, and you can keep taking the upgrades later, and you will end up with 2 halos if that's what you really need. But yeah, like if you see if you examine the tree and the upgrades and the order I got them in, I went straight for the mini clip. So you need a double shot and fan fire, and then you need the 2 upgrades from the reload tree. You know, the second upgrade is fresh clip, and then you just wait until mini clip shows up. I mean, yeah, it's still viable before that. But yeah, as you can see, I invested into Smite, and oh my god, Smite is like, you know, it attacks everything in the radius, and you can pick up the Smite damage based on your health, right? And then you pick up the vitality tree, because with Shana you can reroll the tree and whatever, right? And I invested into projectile damage and the bullet damage, I mean. And I tried to avoid anything that gives you minus bullet damage, and I kept it just on the smite damage and the... What else do I have here? The arrow damage, I don't know how much it helps, I haven't tested it. I mean, I don't really like it, to be honest. Maybe there are scenarios where it's useful, but you know, the shotgun playstyle is like, you can be sure that whatever you shoot at, you know, like you can straight away move to that cleared space, because nothing will survive. Basically, you don't need to think about movement anymore. And I don't have much healing, so I have to play carefully, but because everything just, you know, like, well, everything has a very hard time to survive. I don't really think about it, and if you watch the full clip, you can see me, you know, at the end especially, I lose a lot of life, and I'm at one point I start to worry about it, but when I try to, you know, pay attention actually to what I'm doing, where I'm moving, whatever. But if you enable the auto shot, you know, like the fan fires around you, and the shatters, yeah, you need to pick up shatters. Like they are very powerful no matter what, because they're, you know, based on enemy HP, and enemies have a really high HP pool. Then you can pick up sniper tree, you know, to make the bullets, you know, like to increase the range, so to speak, and the piercing helps as well. But other than that, you know, like there's no problems with the shotgun. It's very solid. But yeah, thanks for watching.